Silver shot slicing in a lightning streak. I've been breaking through the grid at a post too quick. Every rebel in my path get a warborn tweak. I turn pressure into power, then a fraction leak. Metal in my breath when the storm kicks in. I've been carving up lanes with a razor spin. If a king want a bar, better guard that chin. I'll foot his old crown and a silver grin. Velocity rising when my boots take flight. I've been bending every law in the dead of night. If they try to keep pace in a doom man's fight, I'll erase their name from the satellite sight. Savage velocity, boy, don't blink. If you chase my speed, better watch that brink. I don't slow for fear, I don't stop to think. One cut from me and your pulse go pink. Savage velocity with my blast, I can split your world when I'm moving fast. If you stand in my lane, better not be last. I burn whole kings when I'm racing past. Chrome bone jet at my bloodstream charge. I've been tearing at the earth and a strike too large. If a couple wanna follow in a weak man's march, I'll collapse his plans in a warp discharge. Silver heat bending through a breakneck curve. I've been dodging every threat with a twitch makes swerve. If they wanna decode what they don't deserve, I'll scrabble their fate in a zero serve. Postcraft coming when the beat turns wild. I've been racing every storm like a glitch born child. If a rebel wanna flex, better keep it mild. I destroy whole crews with a speed revive. Silver velocity, boy, don't blink. If you chase my speed, better watch that brink. I don't slow for fear, I don't stop to think. One cut from me and your pulse go pink. Silver velocity from my blast, I can split your world when I'm moving fast. If you stand in my lane, better not be last. I burn whole kings when I'm racing past. Burn whole kings when I'm racing past. Burn whole kings when I'm racing past. Hexlines sparking in a cold born streak. I've been mixing black magic with a pulse too sleek. If a king wanna roar and a weak man peek off, full of stay flat and it's still gon' tweak. Glyph mark glitch in my warp speed climb. I've been bidding every law and a wrong cut rhyme. If a rival wanna test in a deadbeat time, I race whole pass in a ghost run prime. Rapping protocol humming in a death mark scheme. I've been cutting through noise like a cursed machine. If they follow my step in a half-grown dream, I'll scatter their pride in a phantom stream. Better their pride in a phantom stream. Yeah. If you breach my spell, you'll forget it your side. I don't spare no fools, I don't guide no lie. One chance from me and your soul takes flight. Yeah. If you breach my slow, fear my code, I can warp your truth in a cursed upload. If you challenge my rise on a breakneck road, I flatten whole kings in a witchborn mode. Room flash ripping in the shockwave vine. I've been cracking every limit in a glitch-born mind. If a coward wanna hide in a fault line blind, I'll reveal his fear in a sigil grind. Arcane static in a warp dash spin. I've been carving out storms with a spectral grin. If they pray for a pause when the rites begin, I'll drown their hope in a man of sin. Protocol folding in a ghost light blast. I've been tearing down fate in a code forecast. They mimic my step in a doom recast. I'll shred their myth in a hex line fast. If you breach my spell, you'll forget your side. I don't spare no fools, I don't got no lie. One chance from me and your soul takes flight. Yeah. If you reach my slow, fear my code, I can warp your truth in a cursed upload. If you challenge my rise on a breakneck road, I flatten whole kings in a wishbone mode.
Hey, yo, why you that shit crazy me?
Blood drip pumping like a circuit going mad. I've been tearing through the night with a pulse too bad. If a king wanna roll, he gon' end up sad. I overclock fate till the weak turn glad. Voltage dripping when my veins explode. I've been breaking every limit in a blackout mode. If a rebel wanna test, on my gears reload. I'll flip his whole path on a kill switch code. Heat wave rising in a warp speed dash. I've been burning up the ground with a thunder crash. If they can match, my shadows flash. I'll erase a pride in a pixel smash. Yeah.
Blood drift over clock, boy, stay back. If you enter my zone, you'll derail that track. I don't spare lost souls, I don't cut no slack. One spark from me and your pulse turns black. Blood drift over clock, fill my door. It can shred your will through a steel core floor. If you challenge my rise, better count that score. I melt whole kings when the engines soar.
Postcode racing in a red line pitch. I'm slicing every limit like a glitch born switch. If a coward wanna flex in a war zone glitch, I'll snap it stay clean in a kill shot stitch. Overheat spirals on my chrome set chest. I've been running on a fire that can never test it. They pray for a break when my heart's obsessed. I'll drown their hope in a meltdown crest. Blood drip spiraling in a razor stream. I've been flying through the dark like a cracked up beam. If they follow my trail in a hopeless dream, I'll tear their myth and I got to scream. Yeah.
Blood drift over clock, boy, stay back. If you enter my zone, you'll derail that track. I don't spare lost souls, I don't cut no slack. One spark from me and your pulse turns black. Blood drift over clock, fill my door. I can shred your will through a steel core floor. If you challenge my rise, better count that score. I melt whole kings when the engines soar.
Yeah.
Ay, yeah, zero quake, slip through a quake, less field. I've been burning up the dark with a weak one's yield. If a king wanna test how my forces wield, I'll torch his pride in a flame-born shield. Fire strings blessing with a shock line bite. I've been racing through storms in a red-hot flight. If I ever wanna bark in a doom man's fight, I'll melt his crown in a cinder light. Pressureless motion in a ghost run lane. I've been bending whole worlds in a firestorm chain. If they follow my step in a half-lost vein, I'll flip their fate in a heat wave drain. I'll flip their fate in a heat wave drain. Yep. Zero quake, fire stream, boy, stay clear. If you breathe in my heat, you'll forget your fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't hold that fear. One snap from me and your death comes near. Zero quake, fire stream, feel my burn. I can flip your fate with the flame turn. If you challenge my reign, you will never return. I ash old kings when the warheads turn, yeah. Heat core rising in a molten glad. I've been touching every limit on a wildfire ride. If a coward wanna hide from the ember tide, I'll expose his fear in a scorched divide. Zero slip racing to a post-cut breach. I've been spreading raw wrath like a flame-born preach. They pray for a break in a hell lost reach. I'll silence their hope in a smoke dust screech. Whole fire cracking in a pyro frame. I've been moving through chaos with the dragon's aim. If they mimic my step in a low-tier game, I'll crumble their myth in a phantom flame. Fire stream, boy, stay clear. If you breathe in my heat, you'll forget your fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't hold that fear. One snap from me and your death comes near. Zero quake, fire stream, feel my burn. I can flip your fate with the flame turn. If you challenge my reign, you will never return. Ash old kings when the war has turned.
Yeah. Well, a punch really sparking down the front line streak. I've been cutting through the dark with a pulse too sleek. If a king wanna flex in a weak man peak, I'll love a little truth till his bones go weak. Shockwave humming when my boots ignite. I've been tearing up the grid with a war-born bite. If a rival wanna bark in a dead man's fight, I'll fry his whole path in a blackout light. Whole path coated in a steel core spin. I've been marching through storms with a predator grin. If they follow my lay where the volts begin, I'll carve their fate in a fuse blown din.
Blue casual path relay, boy, hold fast. If you step in my zone, that'll be your last. I don't spare no heart, I don't move half-cast. One glare from me and your breath runs past. Voltage will path relay to my shock. I can crack your pride like a splintered rock. If you challenge my rise on this killing block, I flatten whole kings with a thunder knock.
Fuse line ripping in that block's front cut. I've been running through threats with a voltage gut. If a coward wanna stand with a half-pull strut, I'll silence his hope with a current shut. Power spike burning in a red line dash. I've been turning every fault in an instant ash. If they pray for a pause when the circuits clash, I'll drown their will in a thunder crash. Warpath echo in a storm-scarred soul. I've been forging my name in a lightning roll. If they claim my crown on a doom patrol, I'll split their myth in a high voltage toll.
Voltage will path relay, boy, hold fast. If you step in my zone, that'll be your last. I don't spare no heart, I don't move half-cast. One glare from me and your breath runs past. Voltage warpath relay, feel my shock. I can crack your pride like a splintered rock. If you challenge my rise on this killing block, I flatten whole kings with a thunder knock. Chrome recoil, stepping in a steel-born flash. I've been ripping through the dark with a heavy crash. If a king wanna roar in a weak man clash, I'll fall this whole crown in a metal smash. Iron edge static in my jet line stride. I've been carving up fear where the ghosts reside. If a rebel wanna swing on the war zone side, I'll blast his pride in a recoil glide. Testament forged in a furnace mine. I've been bending every fate in a torque line. If they follow my step with a hope too kind, I'll crush their path in a chrome rewind. Chrome recoil, testament, boy, step wide. If you breach my range, better pray your pride. Don't spare no threat, don't let hits fly. One spark from me, your truth divide. Recoil, testament, feel my shot. I can split your soul in a molten night. If you challenge my throne in a doomed out plot, I bury whole kings in a still hot ride. Recoil pressure in a blast front tear. I've been firing through storms like I split raw air. If a coward wanna claim what he can't compare, I'll expose his flaw in a chrome flesh snare. Metal storm rising with the gears go red. I've been racing every pulse like the war's gone dead. If they pray for a pause on my rasping bread, I'll drown their hope in a backlash spread. Torque break coming in a strike born line. I've been shredding home miss like a fault test sign. If they chase my crown in a death-bound shrine, I'll shut their reign with a recoil spine. Chrome recoil, testament, boy, step wide. If you breach my range, better pray your pride. I don't spare no threat, don't let hits fly. One spark from me, a truth divine. Recoil, testament, feel my shot. I can split your soul in a molten night. If you challenge my throne in a doomed out plot, I bury whole kings in a still hot ride.
Kill switch flicker on my blackout core. I've been tearing through rules, they can't write no more. If a king wanna roar in a dead man's war, I'll flip his timeline through a paradox door. Chrome pulse fighting when my gears ignite. I've been coming through fear like a killborn right. If a rival wanna test how my stats rewrite, I'll invert his fate in a mid-rush fight. Binary features in a warp speed frame. I've been bending every law in a glitch cup flame. If they follow my step in a reckless game, I'll erase their code with a zero name.
Kill switch paradox, boy, my not click. If you hear that sound, better move real quick. I don't grant no grace, I don't fix no brick. One flip from me and your life goes sick. Kill switch paradox, feel my rule. I can bend your pulse like a broken tool. If you step in my world, acting brave or cool, I reverse whole kings with a lethal school.
Yeah. Red line tearing through a fault line spark. I've been cutting up doubt in a circuit dark. If a coward wanna hide with a weakened bark, I'll hunt his truth with a heartbeat mark. Kill code spinning in a time loop crush. I've been shredding every limit in a combat rush. If they pray for a pause on my engines hush, I'll detonate fate in a blackout flush. Paradox shifting in my chrome-born brain. I've been for the whole wars in a coded chain. If they chase my steps in a doom campaign, outside I stay crown on a pixel stain.
Kill switch paradox, boy, my not click. If you hear that sound, better move real quick. I don't grant no grace, I don't fix no break. One flip from me and your life goes sick. Kill switch paradox, feel my rule. I can bend your pulse like a broken tool. If you step in my world, acting brave or cool, I reverse whole kings with a lethal school.
Knife for repulsing in a blackout grid. I've been carving the field with a nightmare's hit. If a king wanna roar with a half-grown bid, I'll silence his crown like I never did. Matrix slicing in a warp-on streak. I've been bending all laws that the weak ones seek. If a rebel wanna bark in a twilight peak, I'll crack his whole frame in a pulse technique. Shattering static in my red line breath. I've been sprinting through war like I'm caught in death. If they follow my step in a not-born test, I'll fracture the will in a ghost cut breast.
Knife for repulse, matrix boy, don't try. If you chase my path, you'll forget your sky. I don't bend for fear, I don't hear no cry. One strike from me and your name runs dry. Knife for repulse, matrix feel my wrath. I can blind your truth on the shadow path. If you challenge my reign in the dark cut math, I erase whole kings in the silent bath.
Ripping through a dead zone arc. I've been slicing down lies in a coded spark. If a coward wanna hide in a midnight park, I'll expose his fear in a ghost mark dark. Knife for his spiral in a high-speed twist. I've been shredding each myth through a haze of mist. If they pray for a break where my rage exists, I'll drown their hope in a blackout fist. Matrix static coming with a killed flare. I've been cutting through doubt like I split raw air. If they think they can stand in my nightborn snare, I'll drop whole crews in a pulse check glare.
Knife for repulse, matrix boy, don't try. If you chase my path, you'll forget your sky. I don't bend for fear, I don't hear no cry. One strike from me and your name runs dry. Knife for repulse, matrix feel my wrath. I can blind your truth on a shadow path. If you challenge my reign in the dark cut math, I erase whole kings in the silent bath.
Yeah. Blood drifts, pumping like a circuit gone mad. I've been tearing through the night with a pulse too bad. If a king wanna roar, he gon' end up sad. I overclock fate to the weak, turn glad voltage. Dripping when my veins explode. I've been breaking every limit in a blackout mode. If a rebel wanna test, my gears reload. I'll flip his whole path on a kill switch code. Heat waves, rising in a warp speed dash. I've been burning up the ground with a thunder crash. And if you think they can match it, my shadows flash. I'll erase their pride in a pixel smash.
Blood drift over clock, boy stay back. If you enter my zone, you derail that track. I don't spare lost souls, I don't cut no slack. One spark from me and your pulse turns black. Blood drift over clock, feel my roar. I can shred your will through a steel core floor. If you challenge my rise, better count that score. I melt whole kings when the engine soars.
Pulse core, Raging in a red line pitch, I've been slicing every lemon like a glitch-born switch. If a cowboy wanna flex in a war zone glitch, I'll snap his fake clean in a kill shot stitch. Overheat, spirals on my chrome set chest. I've been running on a fire they could never test. If they pray for a break when my heart's obsessed, I'll drown their hope in a meltdown crest. Blood drip, spiraling a razor stream. I've been flying through the dark like a cracked up beam. If they follow my trail in a hopeless dream, I'll tear their myth and a god tier scream.
Blood drift over clock, boys stay back. If you enter my zone, you'll derail that track. I don't spare lost souls, I don't cut no slack. One spark from me and your pulse turns black. Blood drift over clock, feel my roar. I can shred your will through a steel core floor. If you challenge my rise, better count that score. I melt whole kings when the engine soar.
Hexline sparking in a cold-born streak. I've been mixing black magic with a pulse too sleek. If a king wanna roar and a weak man peek off with his fate flat and a spell gon' tweak. Lift mark glitch in my warp speed climb. I've been betting every law in a root cut rhyme. If a rival wanna test in a deadbeat time, I erase whole pass in a ghost run prime. Rapid protocol humming in a death mark scheme. I've been cutting through noise like a cursed machine. If they follow my step in a half-grown dream, I'll scatter their pride in a phantom stream.
Female rap protocol, boy, step right. If you breach my spell, you'll forget your sight. I don't spare no fools, I don't guide no lie. One chant from me and your soul takes flight. Hexline rapid protocol, fear my code. I can warp your truth in a cursed upload. If you challenge my rise on a breakneck road, I flatten whole kings in a witch-born mode.
Room flash ripping in a shockwave bind. I've been cracking every lemon in a glitch-born mind. If a coward wanna hide in a fault line blind, I revere his fear in a sigil grind. Arcane static in a warp dash spin. I've been carving out storms with a spectral grin. If they pray for a pause when the rites begin, I'll drown their hope in a man of sin. Protocol floating in a ghost light blast. I've been tearing down fate in a code forecast. If they mimic my step in a doom break cast, I'll shred their myth in a hexline fast.
Hexline rapid protocol, boy, step right. If you breach my spell, you'll forget your sight. I don't spare no fools, I don't guide no lie. One chant from me and your soul takes flight. Hexline rapid protocol, fear my code. I can warp your truth in a cursed upload. If you challenge my rise on a breakneck road, I flatten whole kings in a witch-born mode.
Voltage really sparking down a frontline streak. I've been cutting through the dark with a pulse too sleek. If a king wanna flex in a weak man peak, I'll overload truth till his bones go weak. Shockwave humming when my boots ignite. I've been tearing up the grid with a war-born bite. If a rival wanna bark in a dead man's fight, I'll fry his whole path in a blackout light. Warpath coded in a steel core spin. I've been marching through storms with a predator grin. If they follow my lead where the volts begin, I'll carve their fate in a fuse blown din.
Curtains warpath relay, boy hold fast. If you step in my zone, that'll be your last. I don't spend no hard, I don't move half-cast. One glare from me and your breath runs past. Full pass warpath relay, feel my shock. I can crack your pride like a splinter rock. If you challenge my rise on this killing block, I flatten whole kings with a thunder knock.
Fuse line ripping in a blast front cut. I've been running through threads with a voltage gut. If a cowboy wanna stand with a half-cold strut, I'll silence his hope with a current shut. Power spike burning in a red line dash. I've been turning every fault in an instant ash. If they pray for a pause when the circuits clash, I'll drown their will in a thunder crash. Warpath echo when a storm scarred soul. I've been forging my name in a lightning roll. If they claim a crown on a doom patrol, I'll split their myth in a high voltage toll.
Warpath relay, boy hold fast. If you step in my zone, that'll be your last. I don't spend no hard, I don't move half-cast. One glare from me and your breath runs past. Warpath relay, feel my shock. I can crack your pride like a splinter rock. If you challenge my rise on this killing block, I flatten whole kings with a thunder knock.
Zero quake, slipping through a quakeless field. I've been burning up the dark where the weak ones yield. If a king wanna test how my forces wield, I'll torch his pride in a flame-born shield. Fire stream slicing with a shock line bite. I've been racing through storms in a red hot flight. If a rival wanna bark in a doom man's fight, I'll melt his crown in a cinder light. pressure, less motion in a ghost run lane. I've been bending whole worlds in a fire-zone chain. If they follow my step in a hot-floss vein, I'll flip their fate in a heat wave drain.
Boy, stay clear. If you breathe in my heat, you'll forget your fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't hope that's here. One snap from me and your death comes near. Zero quake, fire stream, feel my burner. I can flip your fate with a flame turn. If you challenge my reign, you will never return. I ask your kings when the war has turned.
Heat core rising in a molten glide. I've been touching every limit on a wildfire ride. If a cowboy wanna hide from the ember tide, I'll expose his fear in a scorched divide. Zero slip race into a post-cut breach. I've been spreading raw wrath like a flame-born priest. If they pray for a break in a hell lost reach, I'll silence the hope in a smoke dust screech. Full fire cracking in a pyro frame. I've been whipping through chaos with a dragon's aim. If they mimic my step in a low-tier game, I'll crumble their myth in a fire-stream claim.
Boy, stay clear. If you breathe in my heat, you'll forget your fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't hope that's here. One snap from me and your death comes near. Zero quake, fire stream, feel my burn. I can flip your fate with a flame turn. If you challenge my reign, you will never return. I ask your kings when the war has turned.
Kill switch flicker in my blackout core. I've been tearing through rules I can't write no more. If a king wanna roar in a dead man's war, I'll flip his timeline through a paradise door. Chrome poles biting when my gears ignite. I've been carving through fear like a killbone right. If a brother wanna test on my stats rewrite, I'll invert his fate in a mid-rush fight. Binary fractures in a warp speed frame. I've been betting every law in a glitch cut flame. If they follow my step in a reckless game, I'll erase that code with a zero name.
Kill switch paradox, boy, mine I quick. If you hear that sound, better move real quick. I don't grant no grace, I don't fix no brick. One flip from me and your life goes sick. Kill switch paradox,
Feel my rule
I can bend your pulse.
like a broken tool.
If you step in my world, acting brave or cool, I reverse all kings with a lethal school.
Yeah. Red line tearing through a fault line spark. I've been cutting up doubt in a circuit dark. If a cowboy wanna hide with a weekend bark, I'll hunt his truth with a heartbeat mark. Kill code spinning in a time loop crush. I've been shredding every limit in a combat rush. They pray for a pause when my engines hush. I'll detonate fate in a blackout flush. Paradox shifting in my chrome-born brain. I've been folding whole wars on a coded chain. If they chase my steps in a doom campaign, I'll silence their crown on a pixel stain.
Kill switch paradox, boy, mine I click. If you hear that sound, better move real quick. I don't grant no grace, I don't fix no brick. One flip from me and your life goes sick. Kill switch paradox,
Feel my rule
I can bend your pulse.
like a broken tool.
If you step in my world, acting brave or cool, I reverse all kings with a lethal school. Kill switch paradox, I can bend your pulse. If you step in my world, acting brave or cool, I reverse all kings with a lethal school.
Ayo, Bray. Chrome recoil snapping in a stillborn flash. I've been ripping through the dark with a heavy crash. If a king wanna roar and a weak man clash, I'll throw this whole crown in a metal smash. I've been edge static in my jet line stride. I've been carving up field where the ghost reside. If a robber wanna swing on the war zone side, I'll blast his pride in a recoil glide. Testament forge in the furnace mine. I've been bending every fate in a torque line. If they follow my step with a hope too kind, I'll crush their path in a chrome rewind.
Chrome recoil testament, boy, step wide. If you reach my range, better pray your pride. I don't spare no threat, don't let hit slide. One spark from me and your truth divide. Chrome recoil testament, feel my shot. I can split your soul in a molten knot. If you challenge my throne in a doomed out plot, I bury whole kings in a steel hot rod.
Recoil pressure in a blast frontier. I've been firing through storms like a spit raw air. If a cowboy wanna claim what he can't compare, I'll expose his flow in the chrome flare near. Metal storm rising when the gears go red. I've been racing every pulse like the war's gone dead. If they pray for a pause when my rasping bread, I'll drown their hope in the backlash spread. Talk great coming in a strike born line. I've been shredding whole mist like a fault test sign. If they chase my crown in a deathbound shrine, I'll shut their reign with a recoil spine.
Chrome recoil testament, boy, step wide. If you breach my range, better pray your pride. Don't spare no threat, don't let hit slide. One spark from me and your truth divide. Chrome recoil testament, feel my shot. I can split your soul in a molten knot. If you challenge my throne in a doomed out plot, I'll bury whole kings in a still hot rod.
all your fault, that's the fuck your mother.
Iron hollow spinning in a warpath ring. I've been breaking every law that the dead men bring. If a king wanna roar with a rust cut swing, I'll fold his fate flat in a stillborn fling. Forge fire humming when my gears ignite. I've been carving up doubt in a chrome set night. If a rival wanna bark in a dead man's fight, I'll crush his whole pulse in a torque-born bite. Overdrive surging in a red line zone. I've been bending whole storms with a god-tier tone. If they try to decode what my crown has shown, I'll erase their myth in a fractured bone.
Iron hollow overdrive, boy, stand clear. If you breathe near me, better cage that fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fate steer. One glare from me and your night ends here.
Iron hollow overdrive, feel my spin. I can split your world with a metal grin. If you reach for my throne with a coward sin, I'll break whole kings when the storms begin. Post-core charged in a steel rip blast. I've been ripping through time with a rat too fast. If a coward wanna talk in a weak man cast, I'll shatter his hopes like a furnace blast. Ironborn cadence in a heat wave stride. I've been storming through chaos with a molten pride. If they follow my step where the strong ones died, I'll bury their name in a landslide tide. Overdrive screaming in my halo arc. I've been lighting up truth in a war zone spark. If they chase my trail in a shadow dark, I'll melt their rain in the kill mark.
Iron hollow overdrive, boy, stand clear. If you breathe near me, better cage that fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fate steer. One glare from me and your night ends here.
Iron hollow overdrive, feel my spin. I can split your world with a metal grin. If you reach for my throne with a coward sin, I break whole kings when the storms begin. Iron hollow overdrive, feel my spin. I can split your world with a metal grin. If you reach for my throne with a coward sin, I break whole kings when the storms begin.
Hey, lo G, say money though.
Hey, hey, EOG.
Silver shot slicing in a lightning streak. I've been breaking through the grid at a pulse too quick. Every rival in my path get a war-born tweak. I turn pressure into power in a fraction leak. Metal in my breath when the storm kicks in. I've been carving up lanes with a razor spin. If a king wanna bark, better guard that chin. I'll fold his whole crown in a silver grin. Velocity rising when my boots take flight. I've been bidding every law in the dead of night. If they try to keep pace in a doom man's fight, I'll erase their name from the satellite site.
Out of shove at your velocity, boy, don't blink. If you chase my speed, better watch that brink. I don't slow for fear, I don't stop the thing. One cut from me and your pulse go pink. When I'm racing past.
Chrome-born jet in my bloodstream charge. I've been tearing up the earth and a strike too large. If a coward wanna follow in a weak man's march, I collapse his plans in a war of discharge. Silver heat been into a breakneck curve. I've been dodging every threat with a twitch made swerve. If they wanna decode what they don't deserve, I'll scramble their fate in a zero serve. Pause craft coming when the beat turns wild. I've been racing every storm like a glitch-born child. If a rebel wanna flex, better keep it mild. I'll destroy whole crews with a speed real flow.
Out of silver shot velocity, boy, don't blink. If you chase my speed, better watch that brink. I don't slow for fear, I don't stop the thing. One cut from me and your pulse go pink. And your pulse go pink. Silver shot velocity, boy, don't blink. If you chase my speed, better watch that brink. I don't slow for fear, I don't stop the thing. One cut from me and your pulse go pink. And your pulse go pink. And your pulse go pink. Yeah, knife repulsing in a blackout grid. I've been carving through fear with a nightmare's hit. If a king wanna roll with a half-grown bid, I'll silence his crown like I never did. Rage glitch slicing in a warp-born streak. I've been bending all laws that the weak ones seek. If a rival wanna bark in a twilight peak, I'll crack his whole frame in a pulse technique. Shattering static in my red line breath. I've been spinning through war like I'm courting death. If they follow my step in a night-born test, I'll fracture the will in a ghost-cut breast.
Knife repulse matrix, boy, don't try. If you chase my path, you'll forget your sky. I don't bend for fear, I don't hear no cry. One strike from me and your name runs dry. Knife repulse matrix, feel my wrath. I can blind your truth on a shadow path. If you challenge my reign in a dark command, I erase whole kings in a silent bath.
Pulse beam ripping through a dead dead zone knock. I've been slicing down lies in the coldest spark. If a coward wanna hide in a midnight park, I'll expose his fear in a ghost mark dark. Night fear is spiral in a high-speed twist. I've been shredding each myth through a haze of mist. If they pray for a break when my rage exists, I'll drown their hope in a blackout fist. Matrix static coming when the kill codes flare. I've been cutting through doubt like I split raw air. If they think they can stand in my nightboard snare, I'll drop whole crews in a pulse check glare. Night for repose, matrix, boy don't try. If you chase my path, you'll forget your sky. I don't bend for fear, I don't hear no cry. One strike from me and your name runs dry. Night for repose, matrix, feel my wrath. I can blind your truth on a shadow path. If you challenge my reign in the dark of math, I erase whole kings in a silent bath.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Phantom burst, ripping through a zero light zone. I've been cutting up the dark where the ghosts get grown. If a king wanna flex on a fragile throne, I'll vaporize pride till his name unknown. Silent step glitch in my war set stride. I've been bending every rule with a weak one tied. If a rival wanna chase in a dead man's ride, I'll detonate truth in the pulse inside. Darker nights deep in a shadowborn scroll. I've been breaking every limit just to tax their soul. If they follow my flame in a blackout roll, I'll fold their fate in a phantom roll.
Phantom burst doctrine, boy, stay low. If you breathe too loud, you'll forget your glow. I don't pardon lies, I don't let fear grow. One snap from me and your heart beats slow. Phantom burst doctrine,
Feel that gleam.
I can break your truth with a ghost cut beam. If you step in my zone where the shadows stream, I erase whole kings like a fading dream.
Smoke line slicing through a split born frame. I've been hunting every doubt in a silent flame. If a coward wanna bark in a low tier game, I'll crush his myth on a burst reclaim. Static case bending when the kill codes rise. I've been marking every threat with a ghost cold eyes. If they think they can stand where the danger lies, I'll scatter their hope in a shockwave guise. Impact doctrine in my phantom core. I've been storing up wrath like a hidden war. If they chase my step to a death won't flow, I'll burst whole crews till they breathe no more.
Phantom burst doctrine, boy, stay low. If you breathe too loud, you'll forget your glow. I don't pardon lies, I don't let fear grow. One snap from me and your heart beats slow. Phantom burst doctrine, feel that gleam. I can break your truth with a ghost cut beam. If you step in my zone where the shadows stream, I erase whole kings like a fading dream.
Hey, iron hollow spinning in a warpath ring. I've been breaking every lord of the dead man bring. If a king wanna roll with a rust cut swing, I'll fold his fate flat in a stillborn fling. Forge fire humming when my gears ignite. I've been carving up doubt in a chrome set night. If a rival wanna bark in a dead man's fight, I'll crush his whole pulse in a torque-born bite. Overdrive surging in a red line zone. I've been bending whole storms with a god-tier tone. If they try to decode where my crown is shown, I'll erase their myth in a fractured bone.
Iron hollow overdrive, boy, stand clear. If you breathe near me, better cage that fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fate steer. One glare from me and your night ends here.
Yeah.
Iron hollow overdrive, feel my spin. I can split your world with a metal grin. If you reach for my throne with a coward sin, I break whole kings when the storms begin.
Yeah, pulse core charging a steel rip blast. I've been ripping through time with a wrath too fast. If a coward wanna talk in a weak man cast, I'll shatter his hopes like a furnace past. Ironborn cadence in a heat wave stride. I've been storming through chaos with a molten pride. If they follow my step where the strong ones died, I'll bury their name in a landslide tide. Overdrive screaming in my halo arc. I've been lighting up truth in a war zone spark. If they chase my trail in the shadow dark, I'll melt their rain in a kill mark.
Iron hollow overdrive, boy, stand clear. If you breathe near me, better cage that fear. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fate steer. One glare from me and your night ends here.
Yeah.
Iron hollow overdrive, feel my spin. I can split your world with a metal grin. If you reach for my throne with a coward sin, I break whole kings when the storms begin.
Phantom birds swooping through a zero light zone. I've been cutting up the dark where the ghosts get grown. If a king wanna flex on a fragile throne, I'll vaporize pride till his name unknown. Silent step glitch in my war set stride. I've been bending every rule where the weak ones hide. If a rival wanna chase in a dead man's ride, I'll detonate truth on the pulse inside. Doctrine edge deep in the shadowborn scroll. I've been breaking every limit just to tax their soul. If they follow my flame in a blackout roll, I'll fold their fate in a phantom role.
Phantom doctrine, boy, stay low. If you breathe too loud, you'll forget glow. I don't put in lies, I don't let fear grow. One snap from me and your heart be slow. Phantom burst doctrine, feel that gleam. I can break it true for the ghost club beam. If you step in my zone with a shadow stream, I erase whole kings in a temp flow.
Smoke line slicing through a split-born frame. I've been hunting every doubt in a silent flame. If a coward wanna bark in a low-tier game, I'll crush his myth on a burst-lick plane. Haze bending wing grain with a kill codes rise. I've been marking every threat with a ghost cold eyes. If they think they can stand where the danger lies, I'll scatter their hope in a shockwave guise. Impact doctrine in my phantom core. I've been storing up wrath like a hidden war. If they chase my step to a death one floor, I'll burst whole crews so they breathe no more.
Phantom burst doctrine, boy, stay low. If you breathe too loud, you forget glow. I don't put in lies, I don't let fear grow. One snap from me and your heart be slow. Phantom burst doctrine, feel that gleam. I can break it true for the ghost club beam. If you step in my zone with a shadow stream, I erase whole kings like a fading dream. I erase whole kings like a fading dream.